Hey, mateys! Are you ready for a rollicking story time? I'm here with my salty dog, Bravo Bell, my musical mate, Michael. Say hi, Michael. Arr. I'm Brenda Bell, and I'm your captain today, and we're going to take a rollicking trip upon the high seas. Are you ready, folks? All right, here we go. Pirate Pete, talk like a pirate. Pirate Pete had the most amazing ship ever to sail the high seas, but he needed a crew. Not any old crew would do, however. I need me a pirate crew, he told his parrot, and I know just where to find one. Rascal Island. To Rascal Island we go, said the bird. Pete spun the wheel towards the Sea of Mischief, and soon his speedy ship had reached Rascal Island. Pete dropped anchor in the bay, and then he hung a sign across the ship's bow. Buccaneers wanted. Before long, a boat filled with rascals rowed up to the ship. Pete rubbed his hands in glee. They were the dirtiest, most mischievous, and sneakiest looking scallywags and scurvy dogs he'd ever laid his eye on. One by one, the rascals climbed aboard the ship. Listen up, mateys, announced the parrot. If you wants to sail with Pete, then you've got to prove you got what it takes. Pete nodded and declared, "You needs a peg leg, and an old eye patch, a fierce-looking hook, and a beard you can scratch. You gots to load a cannon and know how to fire it. But most of all, you gots to talk like a pirate." A rascal stepped forward, loaded the cannon, and fired it. "Hey, nice firing," said Pete. "And I see you got a peg leg, hook, and eye patch. And that beard of yours, does it hanker for a scratch?" "It is quite itchy," answered the man, "especially during the summer, when the weather tends to be sultry." "Hey, blow me down," bellowed Pete. "You don't talk like a pirate. Walk the plank." As the man splashed overboard, Pete hollered, "You should have said, when the sun's a-blazing, me beard gets the itches, worse than a bucket of sand down me britches." "Next," ordered the parrot. Pete squinted at the rest of the rascals and said, "You gots to be stubborn and mighty cranky. You gots to be dirty and awfully stanky. You gots to load a cannon and know how to fire it." As the rascal went overboard, Pete cried, "Ye should have said, he's as mean as a shark that's stuck in a tub, when I've not scarfed me morning grub." "Next," squawked the bird. Pete glared at the rascals and said, "Ye gots to love treasure. Why, it's your duty to plunder ship and shore for gleaming booty. You gots to load a cannon and know how to fire it. But most of all, ye gots to talk like a pirate." A rascal stepped forward, loaded the cannon, and fired it. "Hey, nice firing," said Pete. "And judging by the gold and rubies you're flaunting, I reckon you've done some plundering in your day." "That is correct," said the rascal. "I've misappropriated a number of fine Jews without permission." "Oh, blimey!" cried Pete. "You don't talk like a pirate. Walk the plank." As the rascal leaped overboard, Pete shouted, you should have said, I've pilfered loot on land and at sea, and no man's say-so has ever stopped me. Brock, next, blared the parrot. Pete shook his head. He had finally lost his patience. He curled his lip at the last rascal and declared, You gots to trim the sails and mind the deck. You gots to be brave in case of shipwreck. You gots to load a cannon and know how to fire it. But most of all, you gots to talk like a pirate. The rascal walked forward, loaded the cannon, and fired it. Hey, nice firing, said Pete. But is you brave? 'Cause no lily-livered seafarer is gonna sail with me. I can assure you that I am extremely courageous, said the rascal. I conduct myself with valor at all times. Confound it, shouted Pete, stumping his foot. You don't talk like a pirate. Walk the plank. As the rascal dropped overboard, Pete yelled, You should have said, I've not a yellow-bellied bone from me head to me toes. I'll stand brave upon this ship wherever she goes. Hey, can you believe it? Pete moaned to his parrot. Out of all them rascals, not a one was fit for me crew. "Ah, 'tis true," squawked the bird. "Ah, by the powers, they's no more than a bunch of squiffies and sprogs. None of 'em fit to go a swashbuckling and plundering for pieces of eight upon the briny blue on this here vessel. Brock!" Pete blinked. "Why, you just talked like a pirate," he cheered to the bird. "You're all the crew I needs. Way I go, yar!" "Brock, aye, aye," said the parrot, and off they sailed. Back to the high seas went Pete and his bird. A pirate always gets the last word. They looked for a crew so they could hire it, but blimey, none could talk like a pirate. Arr. The end. Well, mates, I hope you had a good time. I do. What shall we say? Hey, Michael, good job there. You don't have to walk the plank at all today. Yarr, treasure. And let's see, what do you think Bravo has to say? Bravo. Come on. What do you think, Bravo? What do you think? Yeah? What do you think? Give your review. I think it was a good reading, Brock. Thanks, Bravo. All right, well, we'll see you next week when we're doing Tallulah Solo. Woohoo! Bye, mates! Arr!